Hi, everybody. We're the Wildlife Wire, and today we're bringing kind of a unique little episode. So, as you probably noticed, we didn't really upload at all in March. Things were pretty busy for us. We had some family stuff. Both of us had pretty big work responsibilities, and we both even got sick for a while. So, we weren't able to bring you anything for March. But we did just kind of want to update you on some progress and things that we'd like to do moving forward with the channel. But to start off, I do kind of want to address that one of the main drivers for this channel was bringing that professional expertise to the subject and having good science communication. And part of that for us as early career young science professionals is that we take new opportunities to expand our knowledge, horizons, skill set, and then we can come back to you more knowledgeable and create better content for you. And so with that said, I have been going through some major changes right now, and I have taken a new job. I will be working as the senior ecologist for the Zambian carnivore program on their Kafui team. Which is an exciting opportunity. I'm really blessed that I'm going to have the opportunity to collaborate with ZCP and their collaborators with working on carnivore conservation in this area and alongside local communities, and they're a very well-renowned organization, so it's a wonderful opportunity for me. But as you can guess, it's a lot of remote field work, and I'm going to be very busy. And for those of you that still have a glimmer of hope that there's going to be some free time to record stuff, Justin and I currently have a 3-hour time zone difference, and with me having to uproot my life and move to Zambia for several months out of the year, that is going to increase to a 9-hour difference. So it's pretty clear cut. For me, the channel is kind of going on an indefinite hiatus, but Justin and I have been brainstorming, and Justin's got some great ideas for what he wants to do because we don't really want the channel to die. So, Justin, you've got some things to tell the people, don't you?
Yeah, like Dominic said, current format's going to be kind of difficult, so we're going to kind of adapt and change, just like, the animals we've talked about. We'll adapt to kind of our new environments, so I'd like to see our channel persist even while Dominic is in Zambia, and the way I kind of see that happening is potentially increasing our social media presence or kind of output, I guess you could say, where we can connect people to conservation organizations that are doing great work right now, and even I think just highlighting current conservation issues, conservation wins, anything cool that we think people should know about in the realm of conservation. I'd like to highlight that with our social media. And another aspect of the Wildlife Wire that I've always felt I'd want to really kind of develop more is kind of a science illustration portion, because I think it can be a powerful way to communicate science, and those are skills that I'd like to develop, and I think through the Wildlife Wire it's a good way to do it. So like I said, keep an eye on our social media and the YouTube community channels. That's where we'll probably be getting your input, because we want to know what you guys want to see or what ideas you have, so that we can kind of review it and decide what's possible. So this isn't the end for the Wildlife Wire. Just a little change, and positive one for sure, and we'll kind of see where it goes.
Yeah. And I think another thing to add is you're still going to get the giant panda video. The giant panda video will be recorded before I leave. You're definitely getting that one. I think any other Planet Zoo video, I think you can bet not on having, unfortunately. So I know Cheetah was very highly anticipated, but I think you're gonna have to wait a bit more. But it's gonna make it even better because I'm gonna be spending 8 months in Zambia working on cheetahs as well as the other large predators. So it's gonna enrich that video because I'm gonna have a lot of hands-on field experience with cheetah as well as lion and painted dog, especially. So that's going to be really good. But there were some other things that we were considering. We were looking at doing some more kind of interview type formats. We were trying to get, we were really hoping to get something with Keenan Taylor to kind of talk about speculative evolution and how good research into ecology and evolutionary morphology can go into really creating some solid world building. And unfortunately, I don't think that is going to happen. But I know Justin talked about his artwork. We've just been secretly working personally on a little bit, not so much a Spec Evo project. I would say Spec Eco is probably a better term for it, speculative ecology. But we've got some ideas for some artwork that kind of relates to that project that we're doing, and it does have some nice ties in with creature interactions and just how humanity's presence and its effects can really impact the movements and behaviors of other species, and really kind of giving a highlight to that in a fun, creative twist. So, and it's a great way to show off Justin's artwork. So I think that is one of the many things that we're considering. Another thing was, obviously, as you guys know, we were very hopeful to have UHC, a Natural History Channel, back for some more Planet Zoo episodes. But we were also talking to him about having him appear as a guest because we were thinking about doing, and I don't know, I might try to squeeze this in, but basically the idea was to have this playlist of videos of very viral or popular or sensational clips of animal interactions, and basically we would react and break them down in front of you, and bringing kind of our professional expertise there, because you see a lot of comments on people reacting to these videos, and they will just say the wildest, craziest stuff that you don't know how it's gotten into their brain. And from our line of work, we know how to really hyper-analyze and pick out these very minute details that can actually reveal a lot about the context of the situation. So please let us know if that's something that you guys are very interested in. I thought it was something that could be popular, and we could do a Patreon page where patrons would be able to pick the videos that we'd react to, and then when I get back, we've got this giant mountain of videos. We can do some recordings, and then Justin's got all the time in the world to edit it and upload it, and monthly, 2-month segments was kind of an idea that we were brainstorming, and that Patreon would allow us to kind of compile a large set of videos before while I'm out in the field in Zambia. So that was a really good potential idea that we had. So I definitely want to hear people's inputs on those. If you have anything else, please let us know. I know some of the memes that I've done on the Twitter page have been pretty popular, so maybe I'll try to squeeze in a last few couple of memes. But I guess another thing I should say is that I am going to have this be a live premiere, and I will release it at a time that at least I will be able to interact with the chat. I think Justin, we might try to coordinate it so that Justin's in the chat as well. So, that's kind of the situation that we have. So the channel's going to have to go through some major changes, and part of that just comes to the fact that it's just the two of us. It was great having Lane for the episodes that he could, but he's doing his masters, and I'm not going to take somebody away from their masters. That's just so important for developing and progressing your career that I really wanted him to focus on doing a really good job on his master's project, which gives me a ton of respect for Skeleton Crew, because it's a postdoc and 3 PhDs that are giving you a consistent weekly upload schedule, and I know that a lot of you are not sleeping properly because I've heard some things. So it's all the more power to you, because you're just as busy, or if not busier than us, but you still manage to get it done. So that's really admirable. And while I'm being sappy, I do really want to thank Skeleton Crew, because our channel would not exist without them. It was something that I had always been contemplating for a while. To be blunt, 99% of social, especially on YouTube, like media that you see about people talking about wildlife is inaccurate garbage. Most of it is really bad. And so as a biologist that understands the very important link between education and conservation, I see that as an issue. And so I had been brainstorming some ways. I'm like, there's got to be a way to make a an engaging channel that has really good, solid, detailed information. And then I watched Skeleton Crew's Velociraptor video, which was, I think, their first video or one of their first. And I think as soon as it was over, I called up Justin. I was like, I've got it. Like, there's a format where we can do where we rank the designs, but we just go into full-blown detail on the animal. And you will have a tier list, and these people paleontologists are doing it for Jurassic World Evolution 2. We can just steal the format and do it for Planet Zoo. That was the whole thing. I'm like, perfect, we got it, good. And I know James is like, oh, I'm very flattered that Wildlife Wire credits us in every Planet Zoo video that they do, and you know the reason that we do credit you is because we literally stole your format, and we're going to be bluntly honest about it. It's a really good format, and we just took a tweak on it with a different game and not as good editing because we're a bit lazy and there's just the two of us. But it really does mean a lot, and I hope that that sort of format can grow and that we can have more science communication in that area. As I said, I would love to see some more, you know, stuff on kind of like the smaller animals, invertebrates, and you know the herps, the small reptiles, and the amphibians and things like that we don't know as well, and that we can't really talk about, or fish or things like that. So just really kind of like pushing that idea and growing a community that's very collaborative, because that's the thing I've loved about Skeleton Crew is ever since we reached out to them, they've been really supportive, giving great advice. I've hung out with Scott Johnston several times, and he is one of the most lovely people in the world. So it really does mean a lot having you guys support us, and maybe we can squeeze in a collab, a nice little send-off board game stream or something would be really cool, and we would both definitely be down for that. If not, you know, come Christmas time, if you want to do like a Cenozoic special with the Prehistoric Kingdom designs or something, would definitely we want to do some collaborations in any way we can, for sure. I think it's important that people learn both the past and the present, and
Absolutely.
they can be good teachers for each other. And so that was something I was really hoping to establish with our collaboration, and I think you guys were too from the conversations that we had. I also want to give a big thank you to Keenan Taylor. I know we weren't able to get your interview out in time because things got so busy in March, but we do really appreciate all the advertisement and support that you've had, and the fact that you've really liked learning the details, and that has helped you a little bit with some of your ideas for your Spec Evo project. So thank you so much for that. I also want to thank the Gaming Hyena. The Gaming Hyena did a lot of promotion for our videos. He was very excited with his two Twitter handles, Garbage Zoology Takes and Base Zoology Takes, where our videos were getting some good traction from him posting them on Base Zoology Takes, and I know he was very excited when we finally did the Spotted Hyena video, and of course to UHC for being a great guest, and we definitely want to do more collabs with him because he's one of two wildlife channels that we could really recommend in good faith that's more modern animal focused, with the other one being Zafrank. So definitely check out those two channels if you haven't. They're on the other channels tab on our YouTube page, just so they're easier to find. But those are just some things that I wanted to get off my chest, and I think anything else wise, I guess it's really important. Do a good job with kind of analyses. I think a very important part of science in general is confounding variables. So understanding that there's multiple variables that could lead to a certain result, or the combination of those variables specifically is what causes that result. And really being able to pick that apart and not just going for very simple explanations, and really kind of looking at that variety, because you'll find that people make some very wacky conclusions because they don't consider confounding variables. And so having that very hyper analyzing approach, and asking questions and always digging deeper, understanding why, that's going to really help you grow and develop as not just a scientist, but as a person, because these are skills that you can use in everyday life for figuring things out. And I think it's just something that's truly being lost, and it's something that you should always consider when you're having debates and things like that, you should never just accept something blindly because it's published. You should understand, okay, why did they reach this conclusion? Is there a confounding variable here? Did somebody write a rebuttal paper? And very often you'll see rebuttal papers on different things. And I just think it's stuff that's really important. I know some of this will probably come up if you guys want the biologist breakdown. It'll keep coming up, but like sample size videos, understanding that videos of a rare species, if you see a rare species doing a lot of the same thing, a lot of those videos can be of the same animal. Even if they're different encounters, it's still the same animal. That's not representative of the population or the species as a whole. Important things to consider when having these sorts of debates and things, because I know that you guys engage in them sometimes, because that's just what these sorts of communities do, and those are things to very much consider. And I think another big thing that for people that are looking to do more wildlife-based science communication is it's about the animal. It's not about you. So if you're planning on making a channel or a posting or anything like that, it's about the animal. And you need to have that very hyper fixation that it is about portraying this animal accurately to the best of our knowledge, understanding that it has inherent value, whether that's in how it affects other things on the landscape or just it for being itself, for being a 4.6 billion year old science project of survival and adaptation, because that's fundamentally what everything on this planet is. And really understanding this is something worth protecting, and this is why, and this is what makes it great, and this is what makes it special, this is what makes it so unique. That exists for every animal. Even if it's one that you don't like as much, it still has something to bring to the table. And I think that that's just such an important message that is being so horribly lost in a lot of modern wildlife content, especially on YouTube. So with that, I don't know if I have anything else I'd really like to add, but I will say it's been great getting these videos out to you guys when we can, and obviously I'm going to miss it, but this is a huge step forward in my career and what I want to do, and so I'm obviously going to take it. But hopefully there will be some times where I'm able to come back. I know definitely I want to do a Kavango stream when we get back, because we really pushed that game at Matanzara, and I still want to stream the digital version of it. Absolutely, 100%. Maybe also Zoo Tycoon, the board game. Been a little bit involved with the process on that for the expansion and the additional animals pack. So Mark and Sam are watching this, hello. But yeah, so there's some fun things that we'd like to do, and some other things, but the channel's going to be going through some major changes right now, and we definitely love your input, and hopefully all of you can understand and wish me the best as I pursue this incredible opportunity to collaborate on and move forward in the direction that I want to take my life. Anything to add, Justin?
No, I think you just about covered it. You covered the issues of the importance of being a biologist, even if you're not trained as a biologist. Yeah, like you said, it's one of those opportunities you can't pass up. You just got to take it, and like I said, we'll adapt. We'll figure it out.
Yep. So, thank you all for watching. This is Wildlife Wire signing off.
See you next time.